Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching EXPOZ on July 8, 2012, and 45 minutes after midnight, Birmingham, Alabama. Topic: I just finished a blog indicating that Israel will hit Iran alone. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about that, and then I also said that Jordan may offer the Palestinians a state within Jordan, and that makes a lot of sense. And the third thing is Israel's wealth. All right, let me first start with the wealth. The fact that Israel has just newly discovered major wealth is not known yet around the world, but you bet Saudi Arabia, Iran, Russia, everybody knows it, but it's the general public that really doesn't know much about it right now. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no way. It's in the Bible, okay? The oil under the foot of Jasher, that's in the Bible. And when Zion Oil Company started drilling, they took that, well, maybe that's a map. Well, it'll end up being one, but that is not where they found the oil, the 260 billion barrels in the shale. The oil under the foot of Jasher is yet to be tapped, and it could conceivably be bigger than what they just found. All right, let me get on out of here. And why would God allow Israel to become mega wealthy in the end days, meaning there's no time to enjoy it? Well, you know what? I don't think he would. I think there will be time for them to enjoy that. I don't think we are going to have a battle of Armageddon, and I'm going to say that meaning the end of the 7-year tribulation. I don't even think the 7-year tribulation will start anytime soon. I think Israel's going to be able to enjoy some of their wealth. But what I do believe is that they're going to take out Iran. And they'll do it. And then when they reassemble Iran and all their armies mentioned in Ezekiel 38-39, then Israel and once and for all will just clean them off the slate, and the Muslims will pretty much be no more. And I'll tell you in my writing in the blog where you can even read that. Another thing, the king of Jordan is a direct descendant from Muhammad. This is probably why, and I have thought about the ring of fire circling on around and going into Jordan, but I was wondering why it hadn't yet. Well, the reason is they don't want to make, and when I say they, I'm talking about the Muslims, there's no way they want to make Muhammad mad. Got news for you, Muhammad ain't nothing. He's a 6'4", 6'5", tall white man, red hair, blue eyes. He's not even one of them, but they want to claim him, fine. And point being, they don't want to make waves against their religious leaders. So, what would make better sense for Jordan to go to Palestinian or to Palestinians and offer them a state within their country? That would work, but it would not work until after the battle, until after Israel beats everybody's butt. Therefore, taking out not only Ahmadinejad and his top leaders, I'm dare saying Putin and his top leaders as well, and Turkey and their top leaders, Syria and their top leaders. Hey, I think the whole mess of them will be gone. They will have no ability to fight after that. until we get to the Battle of Armageddon, which, again, the fighting Iran doesn't start the Battle of Armageddon. The rapture of the church does not start the Battle of Armageddon. The only thing that starts the Battle of Armageddon is at the end of a 7-year period. And the 7-year period does not start at the rapture of the church. It starts when the Antichrist signs on that dotted line for peace. Now, is it possible that the king of Jordan could be the Antichrist? Your guess is as good as mine. But I believe this. I believe that we have time here. I believe there's going to be time. I don't believe that Christians will have much longer here. I do thoroughly believe, and I believe with everything I've got, that we'll go a number of years before the tribulation begins. That's my belief, and is pre-trib is biblical if you look at enough studies. But there is so much that yet is to be done, so much. And you have China, they're going to rear their ugly heads. But the Battle of Armageddon is pretty much the East and all the armies coming against the Antichrist and his armies. Israel won't even be there. They'll be off in Petra, protected by Michael, the angel. So, I wanted to clarify a couple of things. I wanted to throw at you that in my opinion, there's a very good chance that Jordan, the king of Jordan, will be the man to offer the Palestinians a state. But not until after Israel kicks their butt. I gotta throw that in. After Israel kicks their butt, in other words, nobody will want a piece of Israel for a long time. So that's why the Bible says Israel will be living in unwalled villages. They'll be living at peace. And this is when the peacemaker comes. When they're already at peace, he'll just sign over a guarantee, and it's not to get the peace, it's to get him, the Antichrist, the false prophet, into the new temple of David so that they can force and tell the world, worship us, we are me, we are God. They don't want peace with Israel. They want in Israel's temple of David. That's what they want. No more. But the world, as you know it, will end in a fierce, horrible way. The world won't end, but the people will. Those that have accepted Christ during the tribulation will be in the 1,000-year millennium. Those that didn't will be no more. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.